He's yeah. Obviously, last night it's nice when you get a game with you get to watch him playing a game. Obviously, from the development camp, that was more laid back and more had more shenanigans in it and things like that. But you could see that he's got good skill, good vision. He can make plays through those small areas. He's got a patient and a patience and a calmness about him. Um, last night seeing him with the extra speed and playing against higher caliber players, I think that's something that he needs to improve is the foot speed aspect of it. But man, he made a lot of good plays in a lot of little areas and was pretty steady. And I think that's what's special about him and unique about him in the way that he has that patience and that calmness back there for a big guy.
Glenson is here in camp, and he didn't play a lot in the playoffs. How do you help a young player through that experience, and then help him? Hey, these are the things you need to get better at as he comes into this year and the next year.
I've been really impressed with how Laxey's attacked the summer. From the attitude he brought and the leadership qualities he brought to development camp, that he's brought forth to here in prospects camp. Doing this camp again as one of the older guys. I've been really impressed with the summer. This is he knows that it's a big season. He's really bought in. Obviously, last year's last year. That's kind of what the messaging's been. And you have an opportunity when seasons end to go and really work on yourself. Find that mental toughness, can work on your strength and your speed and your agility, all those things, and come in to camp in a brand new season. That's what's special about Seth and how he runs things. We don't hold grudges. There's nothing that is going to be carried over. He's a really special coach in that way. So I mean, again, I've been really impressed with what I've seen so far, and he's been a great leader and mentor to these young guys, and I'm just hoping that he can continue to build that momentum into main camp.
What's your impression of Lindgren so far through development camp and obviously this weekend?
Special skater. He's his edge work. I wish I had that for one of the games that I played in the national. But he's a special skater. His escapability. I just think again, it's when you get up and every time you move a different level, you get a little bit higher. Your time and space. It doesn't matter how good you can escape in junior. You're going to have that extra time. Here last night, I think those are one of the things that we talked about on the bench a lot is he'd escape and think he has more time, but guys are going to hit their edges. They're going to get back on the hunt. So that time and space. Awareness, that on-ice awareness, I think it's going to continue to get better. But his skating and his hockey IQ are pretty special. And, when you got a guy like going back to Komarov and you got Lindy at where we got them in the draft, kudos to our scouting staff for finding those two players at where we got them in the draft.
Komarov's such a different player than Lindgren is. What are some of the traits you see out? I mean, he's huge, first of all, I know that. But for a big man, he seems like he does move fairly well, too.
Yeah, he does move. I would say the thing that, would be the emphasis that I know our player development staff is working with him, that we've been talking to him while he's been here at development camp and now prospects camp is those first three strides. You guys know, you guys watch a ton of hockey. You're all very knowledgeable in the game. If you don't have those first three strides, you're not going to be able to continue to move up and play more minutes. So, but from a standpoint of when he does get there, he's able to get guys into the wall, get stalls, and then make those little slip plays to get us broken out of the zone. And then his big body, as he fills in, continues to fill in, continues to work on the skating. It should fall right in line with how Donnie wants to play, with how we want to play down in Rochester, with the swinging and the surfing and ending plays early in the neutral zone and becoming a neutral zone counter team.
What are you seeing out of Weissbach? I'm noticing he's coaching up a lot of guys on ice and kind of embracing that veteran role here.
I feel like I know Wisey's an older guy. I feel like he's grown up a ton from where he started last training camp with him to now, like the maturing process, the understanding of the pro game, and yeah, I would. Similar to what I said about Laxey, just the growth, and I'm really excited for him. Obviously, last night, some of the darty plays he was moving, he was using his legs. His legs are his biggest asset. And, he was flying out there last night, making and creating a lot of plays for us. But, again, really impressed with how Wisey's come back from the summer, obviously put in the work. And now, again, the best part about being in these kind of camps as an older guy, you have a leg up when you go to main camp. You're more prepared. You've already been in games. You've already taken hits, So I think it's a great opportunity for him to take all this in and then to be able to really ramp it up at main camp.
Steve is a guy that we really haven't seen much of. I don't know if you've seen him in person until this week. But what stood out to you? I mean, obviously, he has an NHL-ready body. It looks like a bull in front of the net.
He's a monster. He's an absolute monster. I think you'd have to talk to our strength coaches. I think he absolutely crushed the bike test. Went so hard they almost broke the bike. Really strong, really powerful, and again, you guys know how hard it is to score goals in the American League and especially in the National Hockey League. You got to get to the blue paint. You got to get to the net front, and what I've seen out of him the last couple of days is he's a guy that's extremely willing to get there. He's got the frame to handle the beating and the pressure, and then he's got nice hands in tight there to finish. So really impressed with him. Was really impressed with him last night on the power play. The shifts that he got on the penalty kill. For him, that finding that special quality that can get you to the next level, get you to the NHL. I think he has that capability where he can really carve out a niche this year and going forward.
As you've seen Casey Fitzgerald grow, he's such a better player than the day he showed up here. I mean, it's been phenomenal. What have you seen out of him? Is it just that desire that he has to get better that has made him into a guy that can play in the National Hockey League now?
I think as a coach and a parent, you try to say I don't have a favorite guy I've coached or a favorite kid, but Fitzy is a guy that from the day I met him and started coaching him, he's a guy I want to go to war with every night. He's going to have his things. He's going to make mistakes, but he comes every single day to help his team win. He's a real heart and soul guy, and the growth that I was fortunate enough to see firsthand out of him and what he earned last year with the Sabres was extremely special. And I know he's the type of kid that he puts it right away, and he's going to come back with even a stronger purpose and will to get better and to help this team win up here. But just the growth on him is special. But when you got a guy that competes and works, it's a great example. I've used him in a lot of our meetings. Just the work, it's hard. You might have been something at college or junior, but when you get to the National Hockey League, you have to be willing to really dive in and own something to help a team win. And, Fitzy epitomizes that. Yeah, no, I mean, I've shown clips. Obviously, I'm in charge of the penalty kills. So, I mean, last night I finished with 3 Fitzy blocks where he ate him off the back, sacrificing going down because that's the type of guy he is. And if you truly, at the end of the day, there's the special players in the National Hockey League. Then there's the good players in that. And then there's the guys that scratch and claw and unwilling to go away, that are going to find a way to make it and make an impact and help teams win. And those are the special players. That's a special player. That's what Fitzy is. And a lot of these guys in here, yes, we have really talented players, but there's really special players already in Buffalo. So for you to make it, you've got to do something uncharacteristic to what you've been doing before. You've got to push, and you've got to find a way to help the team win. And, again, I know it's a lot about Fitzy, and I'm sure we'll be hearing about it, but I think he's one of those guys that epitomizes it, and obviously that's what, now he's kind of involved in the culture, and that's the whole group involved, obviously from Donnie, Kevin, all those guys down. Like, they've created a good culture of guys that want to be here, want to work, and have fun and get better.
He came to the AHL and he kind of made himself as an offensive guy, but I mean, it was surprising when he set out last year. Did that sting him? I mean, did he take it to heart, I guess, that he was at a crossroads already, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants to play. He's a guy that's 40, 50-point guy in the American Hockey League. And, it was a tough decision. I think, again, the way he approached it and he attacked it, and then when he came back in the playoffs and the way he played in the games that he played, really showed a lot of growth in a short amount of time. It hurts. Everyone wants to play, especially in the playoffs. And the special run that we went on there. But he didn't mope. He didn't pout. He didn't go away. He attacked the extra workouts. He attacked extra skates. He was involved in the locker room after every win. And, he really found a way to break through that. And when he came in was a special player again. He was but again, with Laxey, it's, yes, you're an extremely gifted offensive defenseman. Well, again, you've got to be realistic. Owen Power, Darlene, so now you have to find ways to get there, and I think that's what his growth has been. He understands that he has to be a puck-moving defenseman, go and get stalls, break pucks out, be a great neutral zone counter player, where he can get back to those pucks, rip it, find the open man, jump up in the seam, create secondary offense, and again, that's what I feel like his mindset's been coming back. I think that's what's special about coaching in the jungle. You know, when you're in the American Hockey League, you're in the American Hockey League for a reason. There's something that you need to do to get better. You need more time to develop. And you can use examples of the guys that are in the league. You can have comparisons and show different stat lines of different guys' past and journeys. And, you know, I don't want to, you know, just because I played a certain way believe me, I wish I could have skated and scored more goals for you guys. And but I owned what I was. And I think that's what's special about being a coach down there is you can really own what you're good at. You were here, you were signed, you were drafted for a certain reason, and that reason can't go away. But now it's finding that special niche that I talk about a lot. Like you have to become a player that helps the Buffalo Sabres win. So I think that's where it comes. Like that's how you can make that connection. You still need to have all those offensive abilities, the moves, the way you can operate on the offensive zone blue line. But at the end of the day, if you can't play in the D zone as a defenseman, and you can't get stalls, you can't end plays, you can't break us out, you're not going to help them win. So, I mean, I think that's, like I said, one of the fun parts about the position I'm in now is you kind of get to explain it to them, and you have more practice time and video time with the players to do that.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.